I mean, I guess you are as soon as you get to go ahead. I'm ready as soon as.
Oh, we're ready whenever. If
okay.
you want to count me down, then.
Sure. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I guess it looks like there's still a bit of delay on this, but that's okay. We'll work with it. All right. So I'll be commentating a little bit behind what you guys will be seeing. So this is Link to the Past randomizer. So this is a randomizer that's been around for almost like a few years now. I can almost say that. It's been around for a little bit, constantly being worked on, developed, new things being added. It has really blown up in the last couple of months. There's been a number of tournaments on speed gaming that have just been absolutely huge. Tons of participants. So it's just a totally awesome way to play this game. So what you've already noticed is there are items in different locations, and they're supposed to be. Uncle gave the bow already. So what's happening here? So this is a standard mode, and the way that standard mode is done now is there are randomized swords in here, and what that means is that the uncle might not give you a sword to start with. There's a chance, it's a small chance that you get a sword, but there is a sword that he will give you. Or any of the other weapons. I believe there are 9 different options, but SMI started with the bow. Now, you'll also notice that with the bow came 300 rupees. Now, the reason for this is because this is retro mode. So in retro mode, you see he also doesn't have any arrow count. When you watch and he uses this bow, every shot he makes takes 10 rupees. And so it's actually really convenient that he got another 300 rupees there. So he's got like 60 arrows that he can use. So he's pretty much set for this escape sequence here. But yes, so the bow uses rupees, 10 every arrow, or if you get silvers, it uses 50. So that's one interesting thing about retro mode. The other interesting thing about retro mode, you see that there is a key count in the top of the screen, or you might have seen that when he was in the overworld. So keys are no longer dungeon specific, so they can be used anywhere, and they've been mixed into the overworld, the whole item pool, so you can find small keys wherever, anywhere, and then use them in whichever manner he so chooses. So this is interesting, that difference in the keys, such that it allows a lot of different routing options in dungeons and stuff, where you can have more keys than at a certain point than you might normally have, if the keys were only limited to the dungeons themselves. Just a couple other differences about retro mode, since this is a relatively newer format to play this in. The shops in the overworld have new things that you can buy in them, but you could buy arrows in there if SMI didn't get the arrows from the uncle. Then you could purchase them in the shops. And the reason for this is because if you find regular arrows or you find silver arrows, the game will only let you use those ones. Normally, if you were to get silver arrows, you would also have regular arrows too, but you are not able to switch between the two. So if you got silvers really early and you don't have a whole lot of money, you got to be careful, because the silvers are using 50 rupees per shot.
Just a quick note there. I don't technically have arrows right now. They just give it to you because of the escape sequence. So if I find silvers, yes, if I find silvers, it's going to take away my regular arrows.
Okay, gotcha.
so I still need to buy them in order to keep them.
One also cool thing that's been added into this game mode is there are take any caves. So it's kind of a shout out to the first Zelda, where they kind of did away with it in this game. But there are 4 random caves. Any random caves that are only just one entrance in this mode. There will either be a heart container or a blue potion refill sitting in there that you can just take. So that's a really cool addition to this category, or to this game mode. That's pretty much retro mode in a nutshell. The whole point of retro mode being that it is a shout out to the first couple of Zeldas. So finding flippers, hook shot. Wow. All right. So getting some pretty good value in the escape here, starting off with the bow, the flippers, and the hook shot there. So that opens up quite a bit that SMBI can do here. The hook shot, not really opening up many locations yet, but more movement options, which is good without the boots. The hook shot is the next best way to move quickly without the boots. So you'll see as soon as he leaves the sanctuary here, the key count is still going to be up at the top of the screen. You can see he's got 1 key. Now 1 key can be used in any dungeon. Now that also means that if he tries to go into a dungeon early with not very many keys, he could get... there's the possibility of him not being able to actually complete that dungeon because he doesn't have enough keys to do so. And that could present its own problems. Checking what's on the ledge there. I couldn't quite tell from that short glimpse there, but apparently SMBI knows. It was enough for him to figure out what was there on that ledge. That is an item that is locked by killing Aghanim. Now, I do have to say that SMBI has this thing he likes to do, because he's a crazy man. And he likes to do Aghanim's Tower without the lamp. Arguably one of the more difficult dungeons to do without the lamp. Probably because mostly it's just not, people just don't do it. And so it's not really practiced. There are a couple of rooms in there that are pretty tricky. So we'll end up seeing if he is going to commit to that. You see SMBI here getting more rupees out of this tree. This rupee tree pole that he found with these rupees. The way that the tree poles work are random, such that they've been randomized, but the way that you can change them has not been. So whether or not you kill a certain amount of enemies, whether or not you've taken damage, whatever, all of that factors into the tier of pull that you get. And so SMBI actually got a red rupee one, which is good, and so that's really gonna... Having a large amount of money in this mode is very helpful, not only because you need a large amount of money to get, you know, like the Zora item, which is 500, the Bottle Merchant, which is 100, to get into Pod, which is 110, but you also need all that extra money for the bow as well, because you're gonna be needing to use it. So finding all this money early is actually really convenient for him. So far, not finding a whole lot. Getting that bottle, though, which is nice, so you can get the Sick Kid item here in Kakariko. nice to not have to come back to this later with a bottle, because remembering that can sometimes prove to be an issue. I can personally attest to this, having forgotten Sick Kid after getting a bottle outside of Kakariko. So far, not finding anything here, unfortunately. Let's see what else there is in store. Just a bunch of more money. Red rupees galore. So here's the Sick Kid. Since we've got the bottle, he's going to give us something. Let's see what it is. The Moon Pearl. All right. So that's a good item there. Not just one step closer to our Dark World access. Although we still need a couple of other things. We need 2 more myths upgrade. Ah. All right. So the silvers. So here we go. So now SMBI does actually have arrows. So like he was mentioning. In the escape, he had arrows, but then it was taken away from him because he wasn't actually able to complete the escape without the arrows. So in retro mode, you do still need to find arrows, and so he's found silvers. And so with silvers, he does not actually have regular arrows, so every arrow he shoots is going to cost him 50 rupees. So money management is going to be on SMBI's mind right now. So there's that key. Now that key, if he gets boots pretty soon, that key is going to be pretty lucrative to go grab, especially because it's so early on. Because it can be used at any dungeon, any place. But it becomes a little bit out of the way the longer and longer it takes to find boots here. So likely we're going to see SMBI going to looks like over towards Eastern now, especially with that bow. Makes it a lot. Oh no, we're actually he's going to check the Lake Hylia item, do hobo and stuff. I would assume with those flippers. All right, so there are the wooden arrows. He's looking for that shop. The wooden arrows, buying a key. Sorry, so now you can switch between his silvers and his regular wooden arrows. Alright, we've got a red rupee there on the Zora ledge. Gonna go check hobo under the bridge. I did say 50, yes. So this is part of retro mode as a shout out to the original Zelda. Arrows cost money. There is no arrow count. Arrows cost money. 10 rupees for every regular arrow, and 50 for every silver. There's the book. Alright, so we can check pedestal now. Obviously, the very next thing that SMBI is going to do is going to go check that pedestal. His health is yellow because that's just a feature of the randomizer. You can change the look of the health. You can change your sprite. So this is not actually the original Link sprite that SMBI is using. I'm not sure which one this is, but it's not the original. He's got yellow hair. Which Link has yellow hair? Please. Link only has ever had pink hair. Getting this Ice Rod cave location out of the way pretty early is always a good thing, in my opinion. It's just such a out of the way. Oh, and a really good idea there, getting the gloves, the power gloves out of that chest. I was going to say, it's a good idea to get this out of the way early because it's just such a far an out-of-the-way chest location from everything else. Getting those power gloves was really, really good there. Ah, here's one of those take any's. There we see. So now, getting a full heart container. Or a blue potion refill. Could have used that B, gotten a free blue potion. Yes, additionally, the keys are universal. You can use them anywhere. And so for those of you who aren't as familiar with Link to the Past Randomizer, there are some locations where chests have been added. This is one of those ones. This is a pool where you can toss in your shield and the boomerang in the vanilla game to get it upgraded to the fire shield and the red boomerang. However, instead of that, there have just been 2 chests added there that you can just grab. Same with the fairy on the pyramid that would give you the butter sword, the 4th sword, the gold sword, and the silver arrows in the vanilla game as well. So we saw the Quake medallion there on the ledge. So medallions are pretty great to get, especially when you have no... So for whatever reason, apparently that bush just does not want to get hooked. It's just a ninja bush, letting the hook shot go right through it. So as I'm checking out the Zora item here, it's going to cost him 500 rupees to get a key. Could have gone to the shop and bought 5 of those. But no. Zora's like, alright, I found this at the bottom of my domain. This gold shiny thing. I want 500 rupees for it. Alright, so anything... not having a whole lot of luck here with the hook shot. So Asambai gonna save and quit out. We're gonna see... He's got a couple of options available to him now. Either he could go to Death Mountain now, Sequence Break. Technically, it would be a Sequence Break to go to Death Mountain with those gloves and without the lamp. Although the Death Mountain dark room is not very difficult to do, but he could do that, or Eastern is another possibility, which it looks like he is going to employ right now. Not a bad idea, not a bad choice. Like he can fully complete this dungeon. With the keys that he does have, so... Also checking the Sahasrara items. It's good. And so what's great is also in this mode, you haven't seen Asambai go to the map screen, and I believe this is the same... the maps and compasses have been shuffled into the overworld pool as well, and so they have a different function, the Titansmiths. So that is Dark World access. But the maps and compasses have a different function, is that the maps actually, once you have the map for a specific dungeon, then it reveals whether or not it's a pendant or a crystal and which one it is. So that's why, as you saw Asambai talk to Sahasrara there, he told him where the green pendant was and told him that it was desert. So, back to those Titansmiths right there, my goodness, those... We're very, very early. We're you know, not even 20 minutes in, and we've got Dark World access already. So Asambai's got a ton of options open to him right now. It's a little bit crazy. So I'm really curious to see what he is going to do. Swamp is even almost available as an option for him. He would need some sort of a weapon to kill the puffs on Argus, as the he can't damage them with the arrows. Oh, I think bombs actually work, so he could use bombs on them. But who wants to do that? Also, I might have been wrong about the maps and compasses. Ooh, the fire rod. Wow, alright. Really early on, SMI making a lot of good choices here in his routing, just yielding lots of really great items. So fire rod is really great because not only because it's the fire rod, but it's basically another weapon option for him right now. And the fire rod does do quite a bit of damage. So it's a great viable option for him to use instead of having to use his arrows and then use a bunch of money. So Eastern does have some dark rooms, just these two right here. So the room he's in is a bunch of pots with some Stalfos and a key under the pot, which he did get, which you can use, an audio cue to see when you got the key, or just watch your key counter go up. And so now he's just walking around, gonna open the locked door and walk on through, and there you go. That's the Eastern dark room for you. And with the fancy little damage boost, you can get right on by there and get another heart container. So there is one other dark room. Can actually be kind of tricky, but he does have the fire rod, so that makes it pretty trivial. There are some torches that you can light in this next room, so you can actually see. Doesn't look like. Doesn't look like he's gonna do that. SMI showing his proficiency with these dark rooms, not even bothering to use the fire rod to light the torch. There are some torches immediately on the left or right as soon as you walk through the door. If you just turn, you can throw the fire rod, and then it will light up that room for you, making it much easier. But SMI getting through, no problem. So typically, as far as money goes, your efficiency is going to increase with the wooden arrows, not the silvers, as the amount of damage that the silvers do compared to the amount of money that they cost is not proportional, and is in fact greater than what you would need. So if you just, for those of you who wanted to do quick math here, for 6 Armos, you can one-shot each of them with silvers at 50 gold, or 50 rupees a piece, right? That's going to be 300 rupees, as opposed to 18 wooden arrows at 3 per Armos, being 180. So, much better option there to use the wooden arrows. So now, SMI, having one dungeon down, got that good old red pendant, that useful red pendant, is going to take a look in a couple other caves. Yeah, again, this is one of those caves that normally has nothing in it, but it could be one of those take any caves, or it could be one of the shops, I believe, with the keys in it. So taking that other heart container there. Still deciding not to get that blue goo. If it were me, I would have thrown that bee away a long time ago and grabbed a blue potion there. So I'm gonna check the Moldorm Cave. Another good location, has 5 items in it. And with the hook shot does kill those mini Moldorms. So it makes this very easy. Except when you fall in the pit. Twice. Come on, SMI. You got this. All right, there he goes. All right, so we're gonna see what kind of items he's gotten here. That is not technically the Hype Cave. The Hype Cave is the Dark World version of that. And just finding nothing but money in here. So for those of you who missed it, part of Retro Mode is 4 random caves in the game have been changed. Single entrance caves have been changed to those Take Any caves. So he's already found 2 of them. And taken cart containers from both of them. There are 2 items here at the dam. There's a chest inside, and then you can lower the water for another item there. So we'll see what he gets. Another key. Alright, so with 4 keys, he can basically do whatever dungeon he'd like. With the exception of a few, you know, without items being the issue there. More, I was gonna call it ammo. I mean, technically, it could be considered ammo. More arrows, more rupees. And so with the book, it's gonna allow somebody to head on into the desert. So there's one other location here. There's Agana. Gonna check Agana's cave before heading on into desert. Not a bad idea. You're going the wrong direction, Black Moon. Retro's the other way. Checking that ledge, seeing another heart piece there. SMBI is looking pretty good in terms of heart pieces here, or heart containers. So if he just like found a mail upgrade, that'd be ideal. He'd be good to go. Interesting. I did not actually know that those guys would get stunned and then moved out of their little sand trap. So again, the routing for these dungeons can be done a little bit differently with these keys. So as you can see, normally you would not be able to get these 2 chests immediately, but SMBI can go ahead and do so because he's got a key, not the key, a key already that he can use in this dungeon. So you can go ahead and grab these 2 items and then head on out. So there's the big key, vanilla location. Now I can continue to check the rest of this. Ooh, the cape. Alright, so that is boots locked. So when he does get the boots, you might want to come back here. The cape does prevent 2 things, or well, it gates 2 things. I should say it can allow you to get into Aghanim's tower without a sword. You can walk by that little electric gate, I guess. Or there's also one item that it prevents you from getting as well. So that cape might come in handy if the boots are found. It remains to be seen. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that heart piece that he saw on the ledge there and just go finish this dungeon. lots of big bomb drops coming out. Pressing by, it's really nice. One thing, one of the options for items, for weapons in the beginning that makes you go through escape are bombs. And probably one of the most difficult items to receive and go through the escape with the bombs, especially with no way to stun the enemies. The guards can be pretty tough to kill with the delayed explosion of the bombs. And low health, you know, you just like running around with bombs and waiting for them to explode and kind of kamikazing into the guards is an option, although it's tough with not very much health. So we'll see how this Landmo fight goes. SMI going to go ahead and use his Fire Rod here. 2 hits per each worm. We've got a short hop from that one on the right there, unfortunately. It can be difficult to deal with that RNG when they just disappear so quickly. Oh, he was, I guess, too close to that one there. And the Fire Rod shot just spawned past Landmo, just switching to silvers to finish that guy off real nice and quick there, grabbing the compass and that green pendant. So that green pendant might be holding that progression. There's not a whole lot other than sequence breaks that SMBI has available to him right now, so we might see him go back to Sahasrarla to check that item. We will see. Or his other options are to start going into the Dark World. Or no, I know he has the whole Dark World. What am I talking about? I guess as far as Light World is concerned. It looks like he might be going up to Death Mountain. A good choice in my opinion. The hook shot allows you to get all the way to the east side. And oh, nope, just kidding. Just kidding. It's not doing that at all. Well, I still think it would be a good idea to go up there, as the hookshot cave is available to him with 4 chests in it, plus the other 7 in the Light World, plus the 2 from Super Bunny Cave. So all the Eastern Death Mountain chests are available to SMBI at this moment. But he's deciding to, looks like, go into Skull Woods, possibly. Or not. No, he cannot. It's a good point. He reminded me there with his little punch that he does not have a sword, so going into Skull Woods, he could go into Skull Woods, but he can't finish it, because Skull Woods and Aghanim's Tower are 2 of the dungeons that actually require a sword to, in the exception of swordless mode, obviously, but other than swordless mode, they actually require a sword because they have curtains that you have to slash in order to progress to the dungeon, and the only way to open up those curtains is with a sword. Nice first try dig. Wow, getting that key out of the very first hole there. Looks like SMBI is going to continue. Not a bad choice here. Get some more rupees. Because again, there are a couple more. Even though he's already gone through Zork, which is the big money sink in the game, you know, there's still Palace of Darkness, which is going to cost 110 rupees to get into. There's the big bomb, which costs 100 rupees if that's something that he decides to do later. So there's still some money to be spent, along with all that money that he needs for with those arrows. Those silver arrows definitely make Ganon's Tower much easier. Oh, hey, look! A sword! His first sword. Alright, so now that's going to make things looking a lot more appealing for SMBI here right now. So he's trying to decide where he wants to go. He's going to continue to check the overworld locations here. He's going to go down towards Hype Cave after this. Then we might see him save and quit and go back to Kakariko, Dark Kakariko. Because he can't go to Pod. So we'll see. SMBI is tracking his own items, so he will get to it when it's convenient for him. I can tell you that when you are playing this game, tracking and playing at the same time can be a little bit difficult at times. So he'll get to it when he can. So here is the aptly named Hype Cave, or not so aptly. We will see. Oh, all right. Maybe it's pretty hype. We got a hammer. We got a hammer, everybody. It's hammer time. Man, just getting outfitted with basically everything he needs right now. So now Pod is available. Now, I believe there are 5 key doors in Pod that you can open. Let me just double check. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. If you're gonna get to every chest, you need to have 5 keys in Pod. So if SMBI opts to go into Pod now with only 4 keys, if he doesn't get a key, then he won't. Then there'll be either some chests that he won't be able to get, or he won't be able to get to the boss. So we'll see what he decides to do, because there are no keys underneath pots in Pod. They're all within chests. Well, not everybody can do hammer jump, so I assume not. Until proven otherwise. Pyramid and Catfish are quite a ways out of the way, especially without boots. Just for those 2 items, and especially since SMBI's already done the Zora items, Catfish is even more of a nuisance to get. So getting it now would have just been a lot of walking for potentially nothing, or potentially could have been something really important. But it's not a bad idea to save them for a little bit later when you might, have the flute. To speed up your traversal, and the mirror, so that you can, walk up there, go to Pyramid, go to Catfish, then mirror, then flute away. You could always save and quit as well, but it's not a bad choice. So far, nothing of value in Pod right now. We'll see. Looks like he's going to be going... It's pretty good routing here from SMBI and Pod. It's really nice when you've got a whole bunch of keys to start. Going to go through the bow-locked side that requires the bow to get through. There are some enemies in there, mimics, red mimics specifically, that require the bow to kill. If boss keys were consumable too, it wouldn't really make a difference, as boss key... Well, I mean, unless you're assuming that they would then be treated like the small keys and they would be randomized around the map as well, but then you're basically playing key sanity. Alright, so I'm gonna take the long way back round to that bridge chest there. With the boots, you can actually bonk yourself back onto the bridge. But without the boots, you can't really do that. So, I'm gonna grab that, find the compass. Now, heading on into the back part of Pod, where there are an additional 6 chests. And then he'll make his way to the boss. Now, when we see... We might see Esambai go into... the Dark Maze. Now, we're gonna see a choice made from him here. Because he only has 1 key remaining, so he's got some options that he's gotta make. There's some choices he has to make. He could go into the Dark Maze and get 3 chests. He could go south from this room above him and get 1 chest. Or he could go to the boss. With the keys that he has. So we will see what choices he decides to make here. Gets a small shield. Looks like he might be going into the Dark Maze, which will be kind of cool to watch. Oh, he's... no, he's not. Or he's going to do hammer jump. Alright. So there we go. I don't have a mental list of which players have learned hammer jump and not. So basically what he's doing here is he's setting up... This bomb needs to be placed on a specific pixel. And then Link's sprite needs to be placed on a specific pixel, and that blasts you into the... clips you into the ledge there. Allowing you to skip using the key... on that door, so he can get in here without using a key. Now, the unfortunate thing here is the only way for him to get back out of here would be the mirror, which he doesn't have, so he would need a save and quit to leave this dungeon. But this key does allow him to either get that 1 key, or the 1 chest in the 4 Terrapin room, or go all the way to King Helmasaur. So, let's see if he gets anything of value from this last chest here, navigating this dark room, this dark maze. Uh-oh. If this goes wrong... It can go very wrong because you can then lose sight, lose your position. Oh, that's true. Yeah, he could die and go to the beginning of the dungeon. That is true. That is the other option. So it looks like Esambai might be trying to backtrack right now and get his bearings on where he's located. And then from there, get himself back on track. Alright, looks like he did get that. So I missed what these items were. Looks like he did end up getting it, though. So now... I think he might be trying to follow the Dodongo. Oh, he's just gonna end up killing... Oh, it was a sword upgrade, that's what it was. So he's just gonna kill himself with bombs now, because he can't find the Dodongo. So, good choice here from Esambai, actually. Gonna get himself to the beginning of the dungeon without using that key. Yep, he's given up. He has no idea what to do. Can't progress. Soft lock. Just wasting time by blowing himself up. No, not actually. But alright, so here he goes, gonna go down and kill King Helmasaur. Now, for Esambai's sake, we can just hope. We can hope there is nothing in that one chest that he needs that is left unchecked. Because having to come back here is just not... Having to come back into a dungeon after you've already gone through it is just never the option that you want to be left with. I do not believe Meyer has 2 boss doors. The door leading directly to Vitreous is not locked. Or is it? Oh, I think it is, actually. Yeah, just kidding. Just kidding. So there's the last key that he's about to use. Getting trolled by that terrapin a little bit. Now, we're interested to see if SMBI, just out of principle, does this dark, and it looks like he's going to. Oh, just kidding. No, he's gonna light this. Not a bad idea. This room, doing this room dark is actually really, it can go very, very wrong and be very, very difficult, especially without like a mail upgrade or any kind of like safety item to get your health back. Those two, because you don't know where those terrapins are. You just have no idea. And then they'll just end up, you'll think you've knocked them over, and then you've actually flipped them back over, and then they flipped on themselves, and etc., etc. So. Excuse me. Now, Helmosaur is actually one of those bosses where it is more efficient to use silver arrows. There's 8 arrows it would take to kill him with the wooden ones, and only 1 with silvers. So where will SMBI decide to go next? It's the question of the hour. With 0 keys, he's going to need to go find some more. Or just dungeon dive and hope that there's a key in there. Looking like probably a pyramid catfish kind of deal, and then who knows? Maybe Death Mountain is going to be the next play for him. He's already shown his fearlessness when it comes to dark rooms, so Death Mountain dark rooms will be cake. Let's see what we got. A bomb upgrade. Not interested. Move along. comes that catfish item. And it is a red rupee. Womp, womp, womp. Alright, so opting to buy more keys here is a good idea from S&Buy before deciding to go into any more dungeons. Is he going into ice right now? No. Oh, okay. He's trying to go up to the Death Mountain spot, I think, maybe. Or no, is he going into ice? What's happening? He is going into ice. Oh my goodness. Okay. Interesting play, seeing ice this early. Ooh, that was a mistake he did not want to make. 50 rupees down the drain. Shooting that silver at the freeze ore. This actually isn't a bad decision considering the key situation. Ice Palace is one of those dungeons where you don't really need to use any keys. There are some key doors that you can use. They are avoidable, some of them, if you want to take a longer route through the dungeon. He did not fire a flaming arrow. He shot an arrow, switched to fire rod, then shot the fire rod. But yes, it did look like it, yeah. Setting up for the Ice Palace bomb jump here. Looks... Ooh, I think it was a pixel too low. There are a couple of different positions that you can stand on to make this work. There he goes. Excellent. Ah, value. The value shows itself. The flute. This is great for a couple of reasons. One, it's great overworld traversal without the boots. Two, it actually unlocks the Mire dungeon location, as well as the other overworld items in that area, the other 3 that are there. Alright, so here is Cold Stare. Somebody's got to be kind of pretty careful here. If he gets touched by one of those puffs, it is death. Actually, yeah, I should have mentioned that this fight is actually going to be pretty tricky for him since he's only got the Master Sword. If he gets hit by one of the falling puffs, it's fine. Those do 2 hearts damage. So now, okay, so now he's not fine. Now he just can't get hit by anything. Oh, that sword swipe. Link was really stretching his arm out to the left there to hit that puff that was coming at him. So, oh man, I'm just gonna let him do this. One down, 2 down. Pause buffer strats coming out. And there it is. Very nicely done. Can we get some clappers in the chat for SM by getting a fire shield for his troubles? Excellent. Excellent job. Very, very tough fight going in with so few hearts. And only the Master Sword. Now are we gonna see Death Mountain? Dang, Esambai. Making me look like a fool over here. Oh, he's getting a flute, obviously. Yeah, I am a fool. Making me look like a fool for good reason. So now Death Mountain is no longer sequence break, as he doesn't have to go through dark rooms. So it's looking like instead of going up to Death Mountain, he's actually going to go into probably Skullwoods and Thieves Town. Yeah, it looks like Skullwoods right now. So far, nothing of value in Skullwoods here. SMBI is just going to continue on through. He has keys to go through that door, but he's making a good decision not to go through that door and get the free key from this direction so he can save as many keys as possible. So this is going to be a little bit slower, but it's going to keep those keys, and it's going to get knocked by the Gibdo into the oh gosh, I almost pulled a cross product. It's not a master hand. It's a wall master. Oh! Trying to get fancy there, use the hook shot to actually have iframes with the fireball pass through, but it still hit him and knocked him into the pit, getting wombo comboed into death. Luckily, though, it wasn't that bad of a death there. What's actually cool is you can that block underneath this chest here, that's a couple tiles down, you can actually hook shot that block through the spikes. Your hook shot can go through the spikes, and you can travel through instead of having to walk all the way up and around. Pretty cool thing. SMBI being fancy, using the bumper to knock himself around without the boots. Using those bumpers to bounce yourself around faster is a fun little thing to do. Fun little thing, and it's efficient. Oh man, so unfortunately for SMBI, the big key is in the latter part of the dungeon. So if he is going to want to get that big chest, he's going to need to grab that, come all the way back, and check that chest. He might not do that. He might decide to just leave it be, like that one chest in pod as well. That'd be a risk. Risk for the bisque. So we're coming up on that part I mentioned in just a room from now. The one that requires a sword to go through, which is why SMBI didn't come in here earlier. You'll see there's a curtain on the wall that reveals the... Oh! Almost getting womboed by this Gibdo again, but still getting bodied. It's okay for me to say that. SMBI's a homie. I can poke a little fun at him, I think. Alright. So now he's going to light all these torches. Might conserve some magic, yep, by going on the right-hand side of those torches and lighting both of them at once. Here's the that room. You see the slash there opens up that door. So that's why this dungeon is sword locked. Using those spikes, knocking enemies into those spikes to kill them. Spikes do tier 4 damage, or gold sword damage. So if you knock enemies into them, that damage actually overrides whatever damage was actually dealt to the enemy, and it does that damage instead. Which is why Mothula does not actually take damage from those, because he's programmed not to take damage from the spikes, and if you hit him into the spikes, that damage is overridden by whatever you've done. Very nice fight, though. Very nice fight. So it's looking like that big key is going to be in that chest. That takes a long time to walk to. In this second part of the dungeon. Either that, or the big key is actually in the big chest. SMBI could hope for that right now. As that is a possibility, since in order to complete the dungeon, the big key is not actually required for Skullwoods. The big key could be within the big key chest. But it is not, unfortunately. So we'll see what he decides to do, if he's going to actually go check that, or if he's going to just peace on out of here, probably likely go to Thieves Town as his next stop. Looks like he is going to check that item. Can't blame him. You have to walk by it anyway. He'll be bugging you for the rest of the seed if you don't check it. Red Roop. Totally worth. Proving me wrong again, SMBI decides to come up here and check Bumper Cape. It's actually a good choice to see if that cape that he saw on the desert ledge is going to be required, as it is not. So now he knows that cape is not something that he needs, as he's already in the Dark World. He's got the hammer, so Aghanim's not going to be a thing that he needs to do. Unless he's going to do it just because it's his thing to do Dark Aga. He could just go do it just because. Cough, cough. Alright, so doing a couple of other overworld locations before moving on to his next area. Cleaning this place out. A blue mail. Alright. Sure, somebody is happy to see that. Okay, Thieves Town now. Here we go. Now we're actually in Thieves Town. All right. Yes, the arrows cost money, so he has both kinds of arrows. He's got regular arrows and he's got silver arrows. The regular arrows cost 10 rupees per shot. Silvers cost 50 per shot. A 10 bomb! Interesting. I wonder if that's a replacement for the arrows, just a 10 bomb drop. Since there are no arrows, you don't get arrow drops in this. So I assume that's just a replacement there, just a 10 bomb drop is sitting in the chest. Nice hellway there from SMBI, getting hit right at the end there, but still could have been much, much worse. So excellent job there. Getting through without much of a problem. Without boots and stuff, it can be pretty tricky. There a bomb drop that he did not actually need, as he is at full bombs right now. So something that you're seeing SMBI doing is he's picking up his hearts with the hook shot. Now, on every 4th frame, I believe, there's actually a chance, well, not a chance, on every 4th frame, if you were to hook shot the heart on that frame, it'll actually give you 2 hearts. I'm not sure why, but it's just some sort of frame rule with the hook shot. Well, of course there's an absolute minimum, but that absolute minimum is going to change depending on where items have been placed. Like, if all of your, you know, progression items are placed in the overworld, then of course your minimum amount of required keys is going to be whatever the fewest amount is to progress through each dungeon. And then it's still random upon like which dungeons you get and which ones have the fewest amount of required keys. So there technically is a minimum, but it's randomly determined. And you can never know because if it's random. Nice blind fight there from SMBI. The sword beams can make this scripted fight a little bit more tricky, as it can throw off your normal way of doing this fight. But getting the bomb boost medallion, so now 2 of 3 medallions. So looking pretty good for those pendant dungeons, or not the medallion required dungeons. It's very likely that he'll be able to get into one or both of them. But potentially one of them could be a pendant and not required. So we'll see. Looks like finally making the Death Mountain SMBI, deciding also not to rescue the old man who is sitting in the... I never actually knew that. If you're... he's always in there, whether or not you have actually saved him. So there are tons and tons of chests over here on Death Mountain, so we're just gonna be grabbing a bunch of items right now for the next couple minutes. So let's see what we got here in these first two. A red mail and a key. All right, so far already looking pretty good. We're going through here. In terms of dying, doesn't look like SMBI is going to be doing much of that in this scene. With 13 hearts and red mail. It's pretty darn good. Can't get much better than that. Wow! Did you see that mini Moldorm die from that bomb like a million miles away? That's ridiculous. It is so far away. You know what else is ridiculous? That ice rod. And like the 4 keys that he's gotten in this up here. Alright. So this is looking really great for SMBI right now. Having come here is looking good. And a nice bomb jump across as well. So there's a couple of different options that SMBI has right now in terms of getting the rest of these chests. So what he could do is he could do Spiral Cave and get that, and then take the Dark World Warp at the bottom of Death Mountain, and then work his way back up again and get those through those chests. But it looks like he's not doing that or any of the other things I was about to say, and he's just going right on over to Tower of Hera, where he can also check the Ether Tablets. Bombs. Bombs from the sky. So with 8 keys, it's pretty good for the rest of the game here. He's gonna need a few more, but 8 keys is basically gonna be set for the whole rest of the game. I'm deciding not to go down to Tile Room. Makes sense. It's just a nuisance. Time sink. Especially with no mirror, you have to walk all the way back out. So deciding not to do that's not a bad idea. We're gonna see another bomb jump here. Or not. He can't, if he hook shots across, yeah, you can't, unless you have boots. You can't get back across, so the bomb jump is what SMBI wanted to do there. You can't hookshot if you have the boots, you can bonk back, but it's not at the boots, so that's not an option. Not a huge time loss though. And off to fight Moldorm. Let's see how this fight goes. She's gonna take 3 spins from the Master Sword. Ooh, I don't know if that was a poke or if that was a spin. That was a poke. That was a poke. So yeah, we had to do an additional hit there. But SMBI doing an excellent job of cleaning up Moldorm. It looks like he's going to go back down into the tile room now. Get that last item that's here. You can count the items in a dungeon. To know whether or not it's going to be a good item to check Messing by doing a nice little trick here where you can actually sit on these, what's the word I'm looking for? The pegs. The pegs. And just, oh, actually, interesting. Oh, he's setting up for a death warp here as well. It's just getting hit by the tiles here. But this is also, it's a good way to, just sit there and not have to do anything. The spikes won't hit you because you've got, you know, your invulnerability frames. You can just wait around. Map. He did check the ether tablet, yes. Alright, so with Hera out of the way... and the final pendant... acquired... It's off to check the pedestal! Blind pull! Nope. Wrong. Not spiral cave. Pedestal. Blind pull. Waiting. No. So SMBI likely what he's gonna do now, go down through Spiral Cave, he's gonna get spit out at the bottom of East Side Death Mountain, and he's likely gonna take the warp, go to Dark Death Mountain, and then do Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny Cave, and then check T-Rock. Possibly do well, no, he can't do T-Rock, doesn't have the red cane. He might grab it though. In one of these next sets of chests that he has here. Fancy little hook shot clip. These blocks of no hitboxes, I believe, when they're moving. So you can just hook shot right through them, or you can actually delete them with the mirror. Okay, so far nothing in Super Bunny Cave here. Alright, gonna check the T-Rock requirement is Ether. Oh man, that's not what you want to see. When you have 2 out of the 3 medallions and you see a required medallion dungeon is the one medallion that you don't have, that's like the worst feeling. Can we get a feels bad man in the chat for us some buy right now? It's a big ol' feels bad man. It's gonna be needing to look for that. Alright, so half magic. Not the worst. So the final thing SMBI is likely going to do here is Spike Cave. Or not. Deciding not to do Spike Cave. Instead, going back to Sanctuary. I don't know what his plan is now. Swamp is available. I imagine he would have save and quit to Link's house though if he was going to do Swamp. Mire is potentially available unless Mire is Ether. That'd be a double feels bad, man. Oh, he's going to the pedestal. He's going to the pedestal, folks. The blind pull? If he reads it with the book beforehand, I'm gonna be disappointed. Let's get hype though, let's get some pedestal hype. It's happening. Here we go. He's got the book out. What's he doing? Don't. Okay. Played with our hearts for a minute there. Oh gosh. The red cane! Oh, the blind pull that is actually worth. Oh man, that was so good. Okay. So red cane now, so that's actually going to make Meyer completable. So he can actually complete Meyer now. Before, there was just items there that he could have gone to check and done part of Meyer and hoped that red cane was in there. But actually, it's exactly what he wanted. Just going to go ahead and check the... I would assume... Oh, he can't get the third item here. The mirror! Yes, he can! Yes, he can get that item now. He can go get it because now he's got the... Excellent, excellent. All right. Things are looking up for SMBI right now. Still needs to find that ether, though. That's pretty much his one item that he needs for go mode at this point is the his ether medallion. Another take any. It's the third one. There's one more, I believe. Deciding to get that. He did have an empty bottle. So grabbing that blue potion was actually a really, really smart move here from SMBI. Let us have a cup of tea. Got him. I'm watching the mixer. It's pretty delayed for me. Alright, so now that Meyer is completable, after this, he's got Swamp, and he's got T-Rock left. Swamp will just be, if he can manage to find Ether in, here in Meyer, that would be great, because then he could just go mode Swamp and go really, really quickly. Otherwise, Swamp takes quite a bit longer when you don't have, when you can't go mode it, because there's a lot of chests in there, which is great if you're still looking for something, but it takes a lot longer. They are blue. They are blue switches. When I bought this, I knew nothing of lamp. Got him. That's actually really great to have. Meyer, in my opinion, is actually of Pod, T-Rock, and Meyer. Meyer is definitely the most difficult dungeon to do in the dark. Mostly because of the first room with the switch that you have to place the red block on. It's very, very finicky, so it's really difficult to do. Anyway, when I bought this keyboard, I didn't know anything about like keyboards. I didn't know what the different kind of switches were, what they felt like, what they're, you know, better for, etc. And I like the color blue, so I got blue switches, and I like them a lot. Next time I buy a keyboard, though, I'm gonna want to like maybe like watch a video or something that explains the differences. So this is the room. Without lamp, this is the room that's actually... Because that block needs to be, like, in a very precise position. More precise than, like, others... excuse me. Switches in the game. And doing it in the darkest is tricky. In terms of the switches, yeah, I think, yeah. Unless you've, like, had those kind of switches before, I don't really know how you're gonna know whether or not you'll like them. Unless, like, you have a friend or somebody. Because they have different feels, and they're certain... I've heard certain colors are better for certain things. Like, I think blue is good for, like, typing. And there are other ones that, like, aren't as loud. Alright, so Esenbai, let's see, what's he gonna do here? Is he gonna just go for it? Alright, he's gonna go for it. Using, oh, he decided to use just a couple. Oh gosh, alright. It's a lot of money getting sunk into this right now. Get a Switch sample board from Cherry. Really? I might have to look into that. That's cool. Alright, so there is Meyer. Now, at the very, very least, Esenbai's gonna want to have 200 rupees for the Ganon fight to be able to use his 4 silver arrows on Ganon. Especially with the Master Sword. That's gonna make it much, much easier to do. So he's gonna be wanting to manage his money a little bit that way. So now I can only assume he's gonna be going to Swamp now, gonna do a full clear of Swamp. Looks like he's debating over... He's actually going back to Kakariko. He could sell his golden bee to the bottle merchant for like 100 rupees or something, I think it is. So I guess there are a couple of other overworld locations that he didn't do, because he didn't have the mirror. So that's what he might be doing, checking some mirror locations before going into Swamp. Is this like something free that they will send you, Dragon, or do you have to pay for this? There it is, dude. There it is. Man, alright, there is that Ether Medallion. Now Esenbai has entered Go Mode. Now, he might still end up checking some, like, really convenient item locations that are, like, directly in his path. For a sword upgrade, because going from Master to Tempered Sword, especially for T-Rock and Ganon's Tower, and Ganon himself even, makes it a lot easier. So we'll see if he decides to, grab a couple of, like, quick chests. Otherwise, the only other thing that could screw Esenbai right now would be having the GT big key on the torch. A 1 in 21 or 1 in 22 chance requiring the boots, which would mean you need to leave. Go back. Actually, technically, the boots could still be in Ganon's tower before a big key chest. It remains to be seen. Another bee in a bottle. Plunge the heck out of the second key. I mean, he won't even need to do that because he doesn't have to go into that part of the dungeon. You don't need anything other than like one key to get through this dungeon. He could just go to the boss right now. Right this very second. But he won't, I guess. Or he's just gonna do it on purpose! He heard! He saw, he read, he knows. Key is flooded. Goodbye, Key. Alright. No more memes. The trash man pedestal's already been checked. The red cane was on the pedestal. So... unfortunately, that dream is dead immediately. Simple Sarah got their wish. Alright, so here comes Argus. So you'll see what SMBI is doing. He's actually holding a spin. Sometimes when doing this, it prevents needing to slash these puffs twice. It's really only viable when you're, walking in the direction that's where Argus is not in a viable hookshot spot. Taking down the last of the puffs though, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I just gotta fire rod Argus a couple times and be on our merry way to T-Rock. The final crystal of dreams. And an excellent drop there from Argus. Getting that Tempered Sword. That's always the best. When you're deciding, you know what, I'm in go mode, but I only have Master Sword, I'm just gonna YOLO, like, hope that I get it on the way. It's so nice to just get a nice drop there from Argus like that. Hooking him up with the red sword. T-Rock and Ganon's Tower are gonna be much, much easier now. And with that ether, he's able to get into T-Rock. Now, if he can find the big key in one of these early chests, that would actually be really optimal for SMI. Then he can get through here with, I believe, what do we think? 2 keys remaining, I think, which is all he needs for Ganon's Tower. If he can find the big key really early in Ganon's Tower as well. So we'll see. If luck is on SMI's side, he might not need any more keys for the rest of this game. Bloomerang and the big key. Okay, so I'm fairly certain that he should get out of here with 2 keys left. Ah, I see. SMI is actually making a good choice here to actually go grab the key from the Pokey and head on back. That's a good plan there, because it's very likely that in Ganon's Tower he's going to need he's not going to get the big key like in one of the first chests. It's just not very likely. So it's good contingency plan to grab extra keys so that he can get through some of those doors without having to leave Ganon's tower and, like, go buy keys, for example, or go check more locations to find them. Oh, is he actually going to get out of here with 4 keys? Oh, I was greatly mistaken. Or 3 keys. Man, I don't even know. I don't even know, man. Not even gonna check the laser bridge chest, just gonna head on straight to Trinex. Beat this boss and make his way to GT. He switches to Fire Rod before the head is dead. When a boss is exploding, you actually cannot pause the game. So you want to pause before that happens so that you can do your item switch and go right on over to start attacking the ice head right away. Otherwise, you have to wait for the fire head to completely explode before you can even switch. Ooh, the magic powder. Nice little safety item. Get himself some fairies if he wants later on, but here we go, folks. This is it. Is the big key going to be on the torch? Or will SMBI be spared? Let's get your votes in. Where's that big key gonna be? Just 1 through 22. Put your votes in, chat. Or locations 1 through 22, I should say. There are 22 possible locations. Calling specifically tile room, okay. A number of chests. Go ahead and keep count. Chest number 1. And chest number 2. So far, no luck. Is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it! He's going right side! Let's see if he does tile room or if he's just gonna walk right on by. It is a locked door. Like he is going to commit to tile room. We might see boiled shrimp. Might see whether or not you are correct. Ooh, almost got wall mastered there. I almost said master hand again. Almost got wall mastered. That would have been bad. Getting wall mastered in the tile room is just awful. Here we go. Rip. 3rd item checked. key used. Waiting for that wall master to come down. Good play, good play. I think it's right. I don't know, actually. I'm trying to think of what it looks like. I think it's a right hand. I don't know. 4, 5, 6, a shovel. It knocked into the pit! 7. Alright, so we've got a shovel. Now there's a key under a pot here, so he's gonna get that back. Now it looks like he's actually gonna continue. I wouldn't continue, because there's a door there that's locked. Unless you want to go to Ice Armos. I mean, there was more keys under pots in the back the other direction. But we'll see. We'll see. Man, no, if boots are at the dig location, that would be ridiculous. And with big key on the torch, obviously. So somebody is going to do a little fancy bomb jump here, I would assume. He's realizing that he can't bonk over here because he doesn't have the boots. Yeah, so I guess he knows this bomb jump. Excellent. Nicely done. Alright, chest number 8, Bob chest. Rupee. Going for silverless here on this Ice Armos fight. Did get a red Armos there, but still excellent fight though. Alright, let's see. Chest number 9. 10. Ah! Chest number 10. And 300 rupees. Wow, that's actually really good. I'm sure SMBI is extremely happy to see that 300 rupee drop. There's another 6 silvers that he can use. We didn't even get to see what was on the torch. He's not using silvers because it's going to use 50 rupees a pop as compared to 10. And he wants to save his rupees. He wants to have, at the very least, 200. Oh, and he's even bomb jumping over to the Josh Fairy room with these fairies here. Excellent, excellent. SMBI knows a lot of bomb jumps. This is some pretty useful bomb jumps here. But he wants that at least 200 rupees for the Ganon fight, so he can use his 4 silvers to make that fight really, really easy. This is retro, yes. Yes, indeed. Nice splash damage kill with the fire rod there on that horse guy. I don't know their names. Zazak? Interesting name. Alright. That's what we'll go with. We'll go with Zazak. Zazak 1, Zazak 2. Reverse Centaur. The worst kind. Like a reverse mermaid. Also the worst kind. Confirmed with Google. Nice. Got him. Oh, getting bodied! For like half a heart. Red male OP. Fun fact, if you walk up those stairs into that room with the 4 torches, right as the first torch unlights from that big cross room, you will actually despawn all the rest of the sprites in this dungeon. And you cannot continue because it despawns the torches. Oh, bodied right off the side. Get owned. Now, Moldorm can be really tricky. If you accidentally poke him when you meant to slashed or spun or something, the damage can be off so that he actually does enter that really fast stage, and if you're not prepared for it, it can be pretty tricky. Even if you are prepared for it. Not checking. That chest. Very nice. So yeah, this room goes without boots. And, he makes it. Nicely done. Alright, Aghanim. 2. Here we go. Incorrect. The run is not invalid. Oh, almost a triple on that next round there. Really close, really close. Unfortunate RNG there. Oh, jeez. Ooh, and a nice triple there. Oh man, are the memes happening? No. Oh, he has lamp. For whatever reason, I thought he was going to be doing Dark Aga just because, but it looks like he's going to do something. I have no clue what he's doing. Senpai, what are you doing? What's happening? Help! What's going on? So we just wait and see. Oh, purple chest? Ah, purple chest. Or not? What's happening? I don't know what's going on! What are you doing? Oh, he just, for whatever reason, decided to mirror before the... Okay. Yeah, I'm getting owned right now. Nothing to see here. We finally made it back to Ganon. Alright, let's go. That would be quite the turn of events. Wow, having the chest there adds a lot of lag when you hook shot, and there's all the fire bats on screen. So not only did Senpai intentionally slow himself down by getting this purple chest, he intentionally, or maybe unintentionally, slowed himself down even more by introducing a lot of lag in the fight. Excellent. I hope it was worth it. Oh my god, and more lag! With the golden bee! Help! And that is going to be it for this randomizer, finishing 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 6 seconds for Senpai on this retro mode. BB! Oh, goodness. It's good memes, good memes. If you think that Oko could be done in the time that remains, I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Be a tall order, I think. SMI's a beast. He could get it done. But, I don't know. Advancement for sale. There's a key, by the way. Oko Egg Hunt. Egg Hunt would be a good thing to show off, I think. Oh man, we got confirmation. Oko egg hunt is actually happening. Oh snap. So, let me just give you guys a little bit of the down low on this Oko egg hunt business. Oko stands for one-hit KO. And so basically, I believe is it going to be timed Oko Sambai or just normal old Oko? Either way, everything is going to kill him in one hit. Wasn't an option. Okay, so it will be one hit KO the entirety of this seed. So anything that hits him will instantly kill him. Anywhere, anytime, at all. The egg hunt portion is a cool, festive mode that was released just a couple of days ago. And so the goal of the egg hunt is to run around the map as quickly as you can in an hour. There's a game timer that allots 1 hour, and in that hour you find as many possible eggs as you can before the end. And so it's a really great like race format. It'll be a fun thing to kind of see how many eggs that SMBI can find within that time. So before he gets started, let's go ahead and get everybody's guess as to how many eggs SMBI will find. $13, $32, $892. Dude, SF, I'm sorry. Might be just one or two too many. Eggs can only be where there are regular item locations. So chests, NPCs, locations that are just like sitting out. Also, I believe every one-way entrance cave is also an egg. The eggs, the number of eggs is unknown. They show up again wherever a normal item, wherever you can find an item, plus all of the single entrance caves. Yes, so the game gives you an hour. Gives you an hour of game time to find as many as possible. So looks like we've got 50, 45, 22, 32, 13. Not bad guesses, not bad, not bad. All right, and here we go. We've gotten started. The name of his SMBI's file was 31, so maybe that's his goal. It's 31. And look at that, some rabbits jumping out of the chest. Bunnies. Ah, and the bow again. Not getting much variety here in the initial start. It's okay though. Lemons. This was supposed to be Oko. Yeah, and he's taking damage and he's not dying. SMBI lied! Liar! Oh no! Rip! Well, there's an egg. There's your first egg. I guess it's not Oko. So rip. Apparently when he rolled the seed, it was an Oko, so... I don't know, man. Egg get. Yep, you can see the, right there above his health. 43 minutes in. Or just over 2 minutes in, I mean. With 1 egg so far. Dang, Dragon. No need for that. Nice blue mail. Grill squad, dude. That's better. You guys can just pretend that it's 1-hit KO. Whenever SMBI gets hit, just make a bunch of death sounds, okay? You guys, but you have to commit to doing it with me. Because you have to make it as realistic as possible. Nobody's committing with me. I need commitment here, you guys. Oh, wah. Nobody did it with me. Nobody did it. Rip. Whoa. Yo, the moon pearl. Got him. Warg. Gwah. Unfortunately, no bomb drops for SMBI. So that's gonna mean he's not gonna be able to get into the escape chests. Oh, wow. All right. Nice 8 bomb pull from the tree. Oh, and there's egg number 2. Got him. Danger noodles. It is dangerous to go alone. Take this egg with you. Now, what's interesting about this is since it's only an hour, there's no actual end goal. The end goal, I guess, is just let the timer tick down, find as many eggs as you can. So, going through and going through, doing dungeons and stuff isn't necessarily what you want to be doing. You know, it's funny, going through and getting, the most amount of item locations possible is usually your best bet there. But getting the lamp, getting a potion, good starts here. Getting some sort of movement. Oh look, there's a VT egg. Getting some kind of movement item, like the hookshot or the boots even, would be really great. Obviously, the faster you can go in this time, the earlier the better. There's the flippers. Huevos. Well, that makes me think of huevos rancheros. Oh, I could totally go for some of that right now. I'm getting kind of hungry. Mmm. Yum. Ha! I hadn't seen the cuckoos before with the bunny ears. Oh god. That's funny. Here, take this ice rod. Alright, got him. And a sword. Alright. Let's see what comes up next here. What's on the library shelf? An egg! And a red root. matter how long that egg's been sitting there in that library, it's probably pretty bad by now. It'll break if you bonk it down. It totally will. Sorry, Senpai. That egg is off limits. Gotta stay up there for forever. 100% no cracked eggs run. Got him. Is it hard-boiled, though? Is it? Because... I don't know. An egg! How fitting. Is camoed. Camouflage in the water. Aqueous egg. Excalibur. All the egg puns, let's go. Many as you can. Want to hear them. Ooh, excellent bombs there from Senpai. The Moldorm, the mini Moldarms were really cooperative. Ah, the boots! And an egg! Alright. Dashing, dude. Dashing. After like 2.5 hours of A Link to the Past randomizers today. Finally got the boots. Senpai is happy. It's flying on by. Excellent. Exciting. An egg? Exquisite. The answer is egg. To your question, the answer is egg. Is this Friday? Ooh. Red mail. Got him. Excavation. Ah! Nice. Nice. I like it. That's a good one. I've got one prepared. I've got one prepared. Oh, come on, Nora. That one's been used already. Y'all poaching my best yolks. Expedition. It's gotta find a certain item. Yo, double eggs, dude. Got him. And then I've got one ready. I hope you like it. I hope it's good. It is good. The items are scrambled. I LOL. Extinction level event. Yes. Oh god, you guys are so good. This is what Twitch chat is so wonderful because there's so many awesome puns that can be made. You guys are good at them. I appreciate it. I love a good pun. Fire rod. Start cooking our eggs now. Egregious amount of puns. Rude mail makes it over easy. Yep. Ripped on protein. Oh my god. Look at that, exactly 100 rupees. Oh my god. The book? Keeping all these in one basket. Yeah, it wouldn't be good. Look at that sword! It's a nice find, that Master Sword. I wonder if Esabai is shell-shocked. Got it. Easter Palace, dude. That's cracking me up. Got him. Yo, the power glove. Got him. And looks like Esabai's gonna be ignoring the rest of that dungeon. An egg? What's up, Ryu? This is not Oko, this is Egg Hunt, so it gives you an hour. That's what the timer is. Bunny Reshellent. Listen, let's play. I don't know. I'm letting that one slide. Barely passable. Cracked! Rip. Well, not all the eggs, just as many eggs as possible. While making all of the egg puns possible. Alright, listen, we gotta... Oh, nope. Checking the agonist. Why? This just doesn't even seem... I don't know. This is just like so far out of the way. There's an... Oh, it's a shield. It kind of looked like an egg. There's a shield. Yes, this is seasonal, so it will... I don't know exactly gone, but you will not be able to play this mode all the time. All these egg jokes feels like we are cross-contaminating things. Oh god. Shoutouts to Cross Product. By the way. Hair today, gone tomorrow. No, I saw just now. It's good. It's good. The hammer! Alright, time to tenderize these eggs. Here we go. Seasonal according to Julian or Egorian calendar. I'm still waiting for him to pick up a certain item. So I can say this other pun I have. Or maybe that is an egg. Maybe it's an... Oh no, it's just the shield upgrade. Yeah, so there's just the other shield upgrade. Aghanim. Lumberjack. Tree. A little salt and pepper. Seasonable. Alright, looks like probably a play on Hype Cave here. You have not. There's still one that I'm waiting on. It's in my back pocket. Oh. An explosive turn of events. Ah, there we go. I guess he could have used bomb. What a explosive cape. Oh, there we go. An explosive find in that chest. Alright, I'm out. I don't have any more. I'm over the easy part. Exhausted all my puns. Indeed I have. Oh, are you guys ready for this? It's not the digging game. It's the bunny catching game. Get them! Get them, SMI! Catch the bunnies! Go! Get it! You're gonna run out of time. Come on, get him! Oh, there it is. The triple, dude. Yeah, it's a pretty good addition, I think. What an explosive rock. Pillar, ornamental pillar thing. 300 rupees. So pod now, maybe? Oh, rip Kiki! Gotta go back. Yeah, Kiki should have like bunny ears or something. The flute. Toot. Oh. The mini Helmosaur didn't want nothing to do with SMBI. Knocked him right off. It looks like he was trying to do the hammer jump and then abandoned it and then got hit by the... mini Helmosaur. Alright, we should stop talking about food like breakfast burritos, because that's just gonna make me go get some after this, because I'm hungry. An egg! Finally, another one. 15 eggs. In just over 30 minutes. At this rate, Essenby might be right with his 31. No bunny ears on the duck. Oh well. An egg! That's 16. Progress is being made. Blue cane! Not an egg. Rip. Egg! egg get? Yeah, it's an egg dipping stick. We've already done Egg Hype Cave. It was an explosive disappointment. Except for Hammer. Hammer was in there. I think. Right? No, that was the last seed. I don't even remember. I don't even know. What? Oh, was that for Dr. Light or whatever? I don't know, I haven't really played any Mega Mans. Alright, check out Desert. Ooh, hookshot on the desert ledge, that's good. That means Hookshot Cave is available now. Actually, no, it's not. Never mind. Need mitts. I mean, the other 7 Death Mountain chests, Light World chests, are available. Ooh! We got our bacon sword. Eat with our eggs. Got a balanced breakfast. We even have a red goo to go with it. We could pretend it's orange juice? Or tomato juice? Let's drink tomato juice. Or Red Bull. Red Bull is not actually red, by the way. Cranberry, there you go. Skipping big chests because I believe the other 2 items had to have been the map and the compass at so we didn't need to check it because he got the other 2 items. There's an egg. They could if they are holding an item, the map or the compass or a key or something. Oh gosh. I'm in a little bit of trouble here with the hook dashing, jumping off the ledge. Like going over to Death Mountain, there's like 7 chests over here that SBI can get, so it's pretty good location to check. Egg! Egg! Double egg. 20. 20 with just under 20 minutes left. Mirror, that's good. An egg! An egg! Double egg. Triple! The hat trick. The egg hat trick. Alright, that was a lot of eggs. A hatch trick, an Easter bonnet trick. Those are both good. I like both of those. Egg from the sky. Catch it gingerly. Egg! Got him. Yeah, there was like some 30s, there's like a 33 or a 35 or something, I think. SMBI is guessing 31 with his file name. SMBI's committing here. He's really hoping to find something. Doing tile room in Hera. Yeah, if you find the myths up here, you could get to those Dark World Death Mountain chests. Quite a few of those, too. easy. Moldorm goes down easy. With the bacon sword. Egg! 25. Only 12 minutes to go. In a last-ditch effort, SMI checking Spike Cave. For an egg! Got him. Spiky egg, you gotta be careful. Going back to Eastern, not a bad plan. Very, very quick dungeon. You got an item at you hit the green pendant at Armos. I don't actually remember if there's another item at Armos or not. But with only 10 minutes to go, I guess somebody's got to make some choices here. What are the quickest items you can possibly check? If it were me after this, I'd probably go to Swamp. But that's just me. There's quite a few items there to get. Got him. I was really hoping they were gonna like shake and crack and then the Armos were gonna pop out of them, but that might have been too much to hope for. Egmos. Butter sword. All right. Now, one thing I haven't seen SMBI doing is going in any of the single entrance caves, which is where a lot of those eggs are too. Missed opportunity. That's what I was thinking. Swamp is where I probably would have gone. But we'll see what SMBI decides to do here. In his last 6-7 minutes. He did get the library egg. Lots of single entrance caves here, SMBI. They have eggs in them. Okay, looks like Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb. Combo. Just a heart piece. Uh-oh. Are we gonna make it to the 31? Egg! Maybe a swamp play now? Only 5 minutes though, I don't know how far you can really get. Let's see. Okay, first chest in the swamp. Let's see what it holds. Time is running out. Time is of the essence. It's not an egg. So I must move quickly. Even his pause menus, the time runs down. Let's go fast. Even during this cutscene, time runs down. Uh-oh. Personally, I wouldn't do left side. I would just go straight up and get those other 3 chests, like the pair of chests and then the one at the push block. After doing this one that he's doing right now. The ones on the left side would take too long, and it's only 2 chests. I might go back and try and get them after I get the ones in the later part of the dungeon. Oh, look at that. Big key. Perfect. Check the big chest, too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Swamp's not looking too good. Uh-oh. Oh, there's an egg! Alright. 1 egg out of swamp. So far. Oh, an explosive find! Is he gonna try and go for Arcus kill? With 1 minute? Can he do it, folks? Can he kill Arcus? 50 seconds remaining. "30 seconds! Hurry!" Looks like he's gonna do it, folks. What'll it be? A map. Rip. Womp, womp, womp. This is looking like final time, or final egg count, 28. Did anybody guess 28? And there it is. Excellent. Alright, well, that is gonna do it for A Link to the Past randomizers. Brought to you by SMBuy. Give this guy a follow. Awesome dude. There's lots of Link to the Past rando stuff. I was WildLandicana69 bringing you this commentary today. Stay tuned for the Secret of Mana randomizer. Pretty cool. I've played it once myself, actually. It's actually really egg. E-G-G. Egg. The Secret of Mana randomizer is actually pretty cool. So definitely stick around for that for sure. And the remaining final hours of this marathon. So again, thank you so much. Give SMBY a follow. I was Wildland69. Thanks everybody. And I will see you guys next mission.